What's up, ballers? We are back with some more NBA 2K18. So, today we're switching it up a little bit. My Wi-Fi is actually out, so I can't do anything my team related, can't do anything NBA Live Mobile related. So we're actually going to be doing a little scenario video today. So most of you, if you watch the NBA, you probably know last season the Nets were the worst team in the NBA. They finished with a record of 20-62, I believe. And they're probably not going to be any better this next season because actually a few years ago, they traded away a bunch of their best draft picks for Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and I believe Deron Williams. Those guys were all really at the end of their primes at the time when they traded for them, and the trades did not pay off at all. So they lost all their picks for the future years, and they got a bunch of old dudes who only had like a couple years left in the NBA. So the Knicks are hurting right now, but we're going to see if the Knicks drafted the top 5 rookies in the NBA draft, where would they be in 3 years? So we've got Lonzo Ball, Markelle Fultz, Josh Jackson, De'Aaron Fox, and Jason Tatum all on our squad. Obviously, right now, none of them are amazing players. Nobody over an 80 overall for a rookie. But I think in a few years, they could be really deadly all on the same team. Now, one of the things I'm a little bit worried about is having too many point guards, especially for the Knicks, who are already really weak for their big men. Most of the best players in the draft were point guards: Lonzo Ball, Markelle Fultz, and De'Aaron Fox, 3 of the top 5 drafted players. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I actually tried the simulation before and ended up redoing it because I had injuries on, and it just got really obnoxious. All my big men got injured like every other game. I just couldn't deal with it. So we got no trades and no injuries on. So we're going to simulate just right through the first season and see how it goes. We're not going to spend too much time looking during the middle of the season because honestly, I'm not really expecting the first season to be a great one. We got a lot of really young talent. I think D'Angelo Russell could potentially lead the team. He is tied for the best rating on the team. Our top 3 players are all point guards. So it's going to be interesting now that I see it. 5 of our top 6 players are point guards. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. But we're going to go ahead and get started. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and simulate through the final game of the season. So I'm expecting lots of losses earlier on. So chemistry is at 67%, fan interest at 43.3%. For some reason, fan interest continues to go down, even though we're winning a lot more games than we were last season. This happened last time I simulated as well. I'm not really sure why. I haven't done a ton of simulations before, so if you guys know the reason why that's happening, you guys can let me know the reason for that happening. We're going to automate the scouting, but fan interest continues to go down. We did just hit a big losing streak, a lot of losses in the last 10 games. We're going kind of like every other game now with a win. We haven't had any win streaks so far. We've gone win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. All right, a 2-game win streak. Can we go 3 games? 3-game win streak. We're getting that chemistry up right now. All right, 3-game win streak is our maximum so far. Like I said, expecting a lot of losses this first season. Obviously, we're going to get a W against the Knicks because the Knicks are still in quite a rough spot. I would have thought we'd beat the Kings considering we took their best draft pick, but apparently we are not. All right, so big fat losing streak going on right now. We are 12-23. Still going to easily beat their record for last year, though, so I'm not too worried about that. Already got 14 wins, and they only had 20 wins all of last season. So compared to what they were last year, they're looking really good right now. And really, any kind of win streak is going to be good for this squad. And I know in a couple of years, we are going to be an absolute monster team. I say we because I'm like the owner of the team, not because I'm an actual Nets fan. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually a Hornets fan. This is actually a Charlotte hat. So we had a little mini win streak right there. We get all these little random like 2 to 3 game win streaks. And we might actually keep it up close to 500. We probably won't finish above 500. If we did, we would honestly, we'd have a good chance of making the playoffs in the East considering how weak the East is right now. Don't want to worry about the All-Star game or anything like that because there's pretty much no chance that we're going to have any All-Stars on our team. Ooh, we get a big W against the Hornets right there. It would have been interesting to see how it would have changed if I would have, say, Okay, no, we don't want to worry about the contract extension deadline. If we would have picked up somebody like maybe Malik Monk instead of De'Aaron Fox, especially since Malik Monk is a shooting guard, and we really needed a shooting guard more than a point guard, but I really wanted to go top 5 players just to see how it played itself out. Obviously, lots of point guards, but the coaches know how to work things out, so it'll be interesting. All right, 28-40. So we've already won 8 more games than we did last year, but fan interest continuing to go down, even though team chemistry is going up. It's pretty interesting to see. I'd be interested to see if there's like any analysis about it at the end of the season. Team chemistry is up to an 88, but fan interest is down 17%. So it might be because of the players we traded away. Maybe it'll start going up next season, but it really hasn't gone up at all this season, even though we've won a lot more games. So we finished the season on a pretty rough note. I would imagine we're probably going to have the Rookie of the Year on our team. Somebody, let's see. All right, Lonzo Ball. I kind of figured he would get Rookie of the Year just because 2K loves him. So when I simulated it last time, his three-point percentage was actually a lot better, but his field goal percentage was lower. So 12.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 7.3 assists, 1.4 steals, 43% from the field, 65% from free throw, and 37% for three-pointer. Let's see, and we actually get the 6th man of the year. I'm surprised D'Angelo was 6th man. I would have thought he would have been our starter, but very nice stats for him, 16 points per game. Honestly, his stats were pretty close to Lonzo's, but obviously D'Angelo Russell is not a rookie, so he wouldn't have been eligible for that. And no other awards, so we're going to go ahead and advance. We're just going to simulate right through the next season. I'll probably fast forward and put some music on it and not even worry about it. All NBA first team. Hold up, we didn't make the playoffs, did we? No, we didn't make the playoffs. Okay. We'll just see who's going to win the championship. Wow, Warriors eliminated in the first round by the Nuggets. OKC versus Thunder. That's OKC versus Raptor in the finals. Russell Westbrook, finals MVP. 26, 8, and 9. Not too shabby for the current reigning MVP. And we're going to go ahead and advance on to the next season and see how it goes. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started for this season, simulating all the way through to the end. Simulate game. Alright, so starting out with a losing record, our team chemistry was up at a 97, and it looks like fan interest started higher than it was last season, but still declining. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through this until we get to the end of the season. Okay, so we're going to stop simulating real quick because we are at the contract deadline. Just want to take a look. We are actually playoff contenders right now. We are 8th in the Eastern Conference. I think fan interest is actually on the way up. Team chemistry is significantly down, but we got a 28-31 record. Not quite as good as I expected it to be in our second season, but keep in mind, these are all second-year players. So we're going to go ahead and simulate through the end of the season and see how that ends us. Alright, so I thought maybe we would clutch it out and get a nice win streak at the end of that season. We did have like 4 wins in a row, but still were not able to make it to the playoffs. We ended up being 11th, I think. Let's see, do we get any reward? Alright, D'Angelo Russell, 6th man of the year again. Really good stats for a 6th man. 17 points, 3.8 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.6 steals. 47% from the field, 80% from free throw, and 40% from 3. Any other awards for us? All right, doesn't look like it. We're going to go back and look and see what our overall team stats were for the season. All right, so Markelle Fultz leading the team with 17.2 points per game. Looking really solid. And Lonzo actually, okay. Yeah, he still had a really solid season. About the same stats as he had his rookie year, maybe slightly better. About 14, 8, and 5 is what he was averaging. Also, two steals per game is pretty solid. Overall, nothing too out of the ordinary from what I would expect. It looks like they're keeping all the rookies pretty close together. Nobody averaging less than 11 points per game. Nobody averaging more than 7 rebounds per game. And Lonzo definitely the highest for assists with 7.8. So overall, we're doing pretty good. Really, my goal right now is that we could make the playoffs next season. I think we will be able to. So we're going to go ahead and simulate through that season and see how we do. Just another interesting side note, the Warriors, once again, didn't even make it to the second round. They were the 6th seed. I'm not sure how that happened, but James Harden lit it up. The Rockets winning the finals. 56.7% from 3. His stats honestly weren't all that impressive for Finals MVP, but he was doing work from the 3-point line, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the next season. All right, here we go. Final year of the simulation. We got 96% team chemistry. Whoa! Fan interest just skyrocketed to 80%. It was at 26 or 27% at the end of last season? Not sure how that happened, but hopefully that is a good sign for the season. So we're going to simulate all the way through to the contract deadline. We will talk about it whenever we get there and see how we finish up this 3rd season. Alright guys, so at one point in there, we had an 8-game win streak. We are looking really nice this season. 2nd in the conference, 1st in the division. Fan interest went down a little bit, but team chemistry is still up at a 95. So I have high hopes for the end of the season. I'm hoping at least we make it to the conference finals. I'm interested to see who our team leaders are, and we're going to go ahead and simulate through the end of this season. Alright guys, so we had a little bit of a weak finish to the season. We actually had one game in there that was a 50-point loss to the Hornets. Let's see, I'm guessing D'Angelo Russell is 6th man of the year again. Justin Harden is rookie of the year. Oh yeah, auto-generated rookies. Oh, alright, D'Angelo does not get 6th man of the year. Tyler Johnson wins it. So we probably did not have any award winners. We're going to go back, look at our stats for the end of the season, and then we're going to go ahead and simulate through the playoffs and see how we do. Let's see, player stats right here. All right, Markelle Fultz still leading the team. Where is D'Angelo Russell? What happened to him? Did he retire? I'm pretty sure I have trades off. Where's D'Angelo Russell? Okay, so we don't have D'Angelo Russell anymore. That would be why he's not our 6th man. I guess D'Angelo Russell decided he wanted to retire. So Markelle Fultz leading the team in points. Then Tatum, Lonzo, Josh Jackson. So De'Aaron Fox not doing that well. I would say he was like the 5th overall pick. So if they're ranking it by overall pick, then it makes sense that he would be lower on the list. This must be one of our rookies. He's at center, so it makes sense that he's putting in work for us right now. 8.8 rebounds per game, 12.5 points per game. Josh Jackson looking good, Lonzo looking good, Jason Tatum looking good, and Markelle Fultz looking good. we're going to go ahead and get started with the playoffs and see what we can do. We're going to go ahead and just do the first round, simulate current round, and see how we do. All right. Oh, no. Please do not lose in the first round. We've been eliminated. Come on. What? We got eliminated by the Raptors as a 2 seed. As a 2 seed, we got eliminated. That's so disappointing. Yeah, we're going to simulate through the end of the playoffs. So we do take an L. Dang, at least the Raptors went to the conference finals. But, okay, now the Golden State Warriors are champions after they didn't make the second round the last 2 seasons. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Steph Curry, Finals MVP, 30 points per game, 8.2 assists, 3.6 steals. Good gosh, didn't actually shoot that well from 3, but solid finish for Steph Curry. That's just so disappointing. Second in the conference, and then we lose in the first round. I don't know. If you guys want to see more from this team, I'm kind of interested to see how they continue to improve, because that was a huge improvement from... What was that? We finished 11th in the conference and moved up to 2nd in the conference in 1 year. A really huge jump. So that's going to be it for this episode. But like I said, if you guys want to see more, make sure you drop a like down below, hit the subscribe button, and comment any requests for different videos like this. I really enjoyed this. It's interesting to see. We're probably going to have some more of these coming at you guys in the future, and I'll see you guys next time.